So, day two in Salzburg. Got going this morning, bit of brekkie, headed up to the fortress. It's Sunday here, so not as the crowds weren't as bad. Up there early in the morning, it's nice and quiet. Did the fortress, went up on the funicular, all part of the Salzburg card. Cost me nothing. At the end of this, on tomorrow, I'll give you a price difference of what the card cost and what it would have cost had I not had it. So yeah, went up the fortress, went through all that up there, some footage, looked nice up there in the morning. Then came back down on the funicular, went to the old catacombs that are in the side of the mountain here, and the old chapel, and there's a cemetery there. Oh geez, some old people in that. Been there a while. And it's a family sort of areas there, and there's some that haven't been there that long. So to dispel a myth, in The Sound of Music, there's a thing where the Von Trapps after the concert hide in that cemetery in the behind the graves, and that wasn't actually there. It was recreated in the US in the studio and was done there. So came down from there, went and had a bit of lunch. Had an early lunch, sort of late morning tea. Where did I go then? There's the marathon was actually on today. So I watched a bit of that, few people. And you sort of had to negotiate your way around a little bit because they were running through the streets and they had it cordoned off, and you sort of had to check yourself when you wanted to cross the street. You had to wait and then duck under the safety tape, and get across fairly quickly. Went from there, had a bit of lunch, came back. Then I walked over to, because the buses weren't running right in the city here because of that. So I walked to Mirabel Palace, about a 15-minute walk. Walked over there through the gardens, had a bit of a look in the palace. There's not a lot to look at in the palace, it's more the gardens, where the fair bit of Sound of Music was filmed, and that famous song Do Re Mi on the going up the steps with the Pegasus fountain and all that. So I checked all that out, had a look, grabbed an ice cream, sat in the park there and had an ice cream, and then pretty much just wandered back, came back across the bridge, along the water. I'm going to try to tomorrow. Part of my card gives me a free boat tour on the river. I don't think there's probably not a lot to see because the river's not that wide and the town's not that long. You could nearly, from the bridges, you can see from one end to the other. But yeah, be worth just a different perspective of it. So I wandered back there. It's 26, 27 degrees today, quite warm. Came back to a pub in that had Strongbow on tap. So I had a Strongbow, and had a little bit of early dinner, I suppose, there. And that sort of filled in most of it. I went to Mozart's house as well. Had a look in there. Did a little bit of shopping. Sort of probably just going to get an early night now, I think. I want to get up early in the morning, catch the bus around 10 to 7 to Berchtesgaden, Germany, and then up to the Eagle's Nest. Get up there nice and early and see how I go when I come back. I didn't get to Undersberg. I was going to go there this afternoon, but the lift was closed because of the wind. It got really windy here. Not so much down in town, but I noticed it when I was up in the castle this morning, or the fortress. Now, what's really interesting, the whole fortress and that up there is built purely for the religious, what do they call him, the archbishop, to live. And the emperor and that lived down here in the bottom in the palace, and that he was up there purely to be protected. And the rest, everyone else sort of fended for himself a little bit down here. But back in the day, it was highly important. If you had the archbishop in your province or your town, you were considered, very lucky. Religion was a big thing then. So that's about it. So tomorrow off to the Eagle's Nest. That's it for now. Don't forget to, subscribe down the bottom there somewhere. Where are we? Down here somewhere. Click on that button, subscribe, like, and click the notification, and catch us tomorrow.